Hello, scholars. It's Miss A. How are you today? Today is Wednesday. It is quarter one, week one, day 3. We have our read aloud. Are you ready? Let's begin. Now, let's do a quick review of our book. Our title, How to Read a Story. This is the correct front cover. This is the back cover, and this is the spine. The front cover is where we will find the title of our book, which includes those 3 important parts: title, author of the book, and the illustrator of the book. And today, the author of the book is Katie Messmer. Messner, that's her name. The illustrator is Mark Siegel. Now, the author of the book does what? Write the story. Very good. And the illustrator of the book, what's the illustrator's job? Very good. The illustrator draws the pictures. Very good. The spine of the book, what's his job? It holds the book all together. Very good. The front cover is where we will find the title. The back cover. Now, this back cover has pretty stripes. Looks like our flag, doesn't it? With the blue and white stripes. And sometimes on the back cover, we will have the author's picture or a summary or just a beautiful design. Now, remember, jumping into our story, we have a title page. But remember, we have these beautiful stripes, yellow, 2 different shades. The art teacher is going to talk to you all about colors. Title page. We have the copywriter or the publishing company, and the title page has the title. These 2 pages are together. Now remember, turning the pages, we want to be very, very careful in turning our pages. We don't want the pages to bend or tear. They're fragile, just like a glass. It could break. All right, title page, How to Read a Story. Are you comfortable? You ready? Okay. Remember, we did our picture walk yesterday. Today is Wednesday, so we're going to read our story. We're going to read this story in 3 parts. Today is the first part. We talked about this bubble and what we think he's doing. And this is our friend here. He's thinking that's what those bubbles represent. And he has lots of books. Now, the pictures on this page, it helps us to learn the words on the page. This book is an informational book because it gives us lots of information. It says, Step 1. Step 1, find a story. And that's what we did, didn't we? We found a story. A good one. It can have princesses and castles, if you like that sort of thing, or witches and trolls, as long as they're not too scary. See the words on the page? Looks like he has a blue dog too, doesn't he? I'm turning my pages carefully. Step 2, find a reading buddy. A good one. Looks like he found a grown-up. A buddy can be older. This buddy is older because a grown-up is older than a kindergartner, correct? You're right. Or younger. Looks like maybe a younger sibling or a younger friend. Or a person your age. Looks like you found a friend who was sitting comfortably under a tree on the grass. Or maybe not a person at all. What did he find? Yes, he found his dog. Make sure your reading buddy is nice and snuggly. And make sure you both like the book. If you don't agree, go back to step 1. Sometimes it takes a few tries to find just the right book. I'm going to go back to step 1. You know why? Because here in step 1, what does it look like he's doing? He has lots of thoughts, doesn't he? but he also has lots of choices in books. So maybe these books are part of his personal library at home, or he checked them out at the public library in his community. So we went from step 1, we've read step 2. Step 3. That's the number 3. I have 3 fingers up. 1, 2, 3. Find a cozy reading. Excuse me. Something's in my throat. Find a cozy reading spot. Outside is fun, but not if it's very cold. Unless you have thick woolen blankets and hats and scarves and cups of steaming hot cocoa. And not if it's very hot, unless you have trees to shade you from the sun, a hammock to catch cool breezes, and tall glasses of icy lemonade. Looks like he's in the winter, like the winters in our Kansas City metropolitan area, huh? Because it can get cold here. And if he decided to go outside and get a comfy chair in the fall or winter, pardon me, I need my water, my throat. Remember, if you have to cough in your arm. So he has a nice comfy chair. He has his protective gear on, and he has protective gear is his coat, his gloves, his hat, so he doesn't get a cold or catch a chill, because it's very cold in that cozy spot, and hot cocoa to keep him warm. Or if it's like our summer has been, very warm, very hot, he went outside, and he chose outside to be his cozy spot. And I'm sure he put on protective gear. And protective gear is what? Maybe your sunscreen or sunshades. Like our Mr. Sun has sunshades to protect your eyes in the sun. But he's in a comfy spot. Inside is good. Couches are cozy. So are chairs big enough for 2. You think he's going to share a space with his dog? Because there's room for 2, isn't it? And it looks like he's in a comfy chair. Just be careful not to get stuck. Uh-oh, how did he get stuck in his chair? Was he wiggling all around? He should have had a still body in his chair. Yeah, then he wouldn't have gotten stuck reading his book. Guess what? That is all of steps 1, 2, and 3. Tomorrow we'll talk about and read steps 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right? So thank you for listening to the story. I hope you have lots of questions, and I hope I can answer those questions too. Thank you for being a good listener. So make sure that your eyes were watching the story, your ears were listening to the story, you had a nice, calm body. All right, guys, this is Miss A saying thank you for listening to the Read Aloud for quarter 1, week 1, day 3.